Hope you enjoyed the music. Right. Across Zambia, young people are stepping forward, not just as dreamers, but as leaders, entrepreneurs, and change makers. And as such, our guest today, Mr. Friday Wisdom Champion, founder and executive president of Higher Youth Cooperative Zambia, an organization dedicated to empowering young people through entrepreneurship and leadership skills as well as support. Mr. Friday, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, and it's a pleasure to have me around.
Indeed it is.
Sure. Thank you.
All right. With a focus on youth innovation, climate action, and sustainable development, the cooperative is working to help young people turn ideas into real impact. Right. So briefly, could you just tell us,
about Higher Zambia? What is it? For those who've never heard about Higher Zambia.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. As you have earlier introduced myself, I should also maybe introduce myself in this way to say I'm Friday Champion, founder and executive president of MIS Cooperative, and I'm at the same time serving as an African Free Continental Trade Area National Youth Champion. Yes, so in that same capacity, coming to MIS Cooperative is a youth-led organization or cooperative that focuses on entrepreneurship, leadership development, skills training, and climate change action, as well as youth empowerment in aspect of education and agriculture. So those are the areas that we work on. And in terms of entrepreneurship, as you have said, as a cooperative, we come together as young people to understand, to say, what can we do together as young people? Yeah. In terms of, you find that young people, in most cases, they find it difficult for the aspect of saying they can't raise capital. So what do you do within ourselves in a collective manner? We come together to put ideas together, co-create programs and projects that help us to be self-sustainable.
Hence cooperative.
Yes.
I get it.
Sure.
Yeah, so what inspired Higher? I mean, you're still young.
Oh, yes.
I don't know, you finished school, I don't know how it was. You just said, let me start something. How did this all start?
Oh, yes. So for me, MIS Cooperative started as after seeing that there's a need for us to make a change in a community. I was at one time privileged working with a civil society organization. That time I was based in Rwansha. From Rwansha, then I was based on my work output. I was given a district to learn that was based in Masaiti district. It is a Lolo community, by the way. Yeah, so from there, I came to find out that only women were very much active in terms of decision making, coming together to come up with certain initiatives that were helping them at that particular time. I think you remember that time we had the Ministry of Women and something like that. It was very much big. And I found that I was in a position to work only as a young person. No any other youth was involved in such activity. So I saw a gap. There was a bridging gap between the youth and the women. And the young people were not involved in any activities considered it to be entrepreneurship, do it decision making. So that gap is what I wanted to bridge. And then I told the guys to say, guys, let's come together and make up something. And by the way, these were very young people. They were in grade 9s, others were in grade 10s, others were in grade 11s. And in a Lolo setup where young people were not even inspired to do anything. So such for me brought about together as young people to say, okay, what can we do? And I'll tell you, from the inception of our programming, we have been able to do tremendous works with those young people who are very much action-oriented, not just based on having the knowledge to say they can do such, but they were very much action-oriented, and we did quite a lot in such a time.
So it was in Luensha, and now you're in Lusaka. How did that?
Yeah, so that was in Luensha, where I was given an opportunity to serve in a Lolo community, which is Masaiti district. So while I was there, as I've mentioned, that is where I was able to identify such a gap. Then that's where MI started from. So after a number of work that we did there, we implemented various projects actually in a pottery, yes, where we are quite making good money as young people at the time. And also we did implement various projects in climate change mitigation and adaptation resilience with some other cooperating partners, because we are the only active young people in such an area. Yes, and also from there now on, I transitioned from working from that side. I came to Lusaka. From Lusaka now, that's where we launched our organization at national level, where now we can operate even in any other districts within Zambia. So that's where now we are here, and we are still continuing doing the amazing
very
works that we
inspiring.
do. Yes. Sure.
Right. Okay, so now beyond the slogans, beyond the plans, look into the future.
Yes, yes.
What does youth leadership mean to you?
Youth leadership for me means not to look down on yourself as a young person. And all of us have got the capacity to make a change within the society or the community where we live in. Okay, so for me, that's what it means, because looking at where we started from, I was just a young person who came up with an initiative, talked to my fellow young people who believed in the vision that I had, and then we came together to make something that is tangible, something that is very self-sustainable actually. So any young person has got the capacity to lead in their society, based for them to understand, to say, okay, they identify a problem, then they find a solution to it. That's what I can say about young leadership.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, find a problem and then find a solution for that problem.
Yes, yes.
Even if you're young, even if you're old, as long as you know there's a problem, you want to
Yes,
solve, and
yes.
that's how these things begin.
Exactly.
That's a good formula. I like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, we're talking about entrepreneurship a lot during the segment today, right?
Yeah.
So what about when it comes to youth and entrepreneurship? I don't know if you also support entrepreneurship. I think our organization talks a lot about getting youth to be involved in starting their own businesses and things like that. So how are you encouraging youth to be involved in entrepreneurship, and how important is it for them to become entrepreneurs as young people?
Okay, thank you so much for such a question. I think that is very much powerful, and considering the time that we are in right now, because youth entrepreneurship is everything. Okay, for me, I've now come to learn to understand that everything is now business, and business starts from entrepreneurship. And as young people, we need to have to start from somewhere. Okay, and from our end of our organization, as I said, we focus on entrepreneurship. This is where we come together as young people to understand what project can we work on together. So that's what we co-create. For instance, business ideas. We co-create projects, something that we support as ourselves as young people. Because you find that even when you're enterprising, it's very difficult for you maybe to work alone. But you find that when you build a system and a team that is helping you to go on with a vision, that is very much helpful. And those are the areas that we work on. So not only do we just speak about entrepreneurship, as we do it competently, because we are able to come up with a program or a project or a business concept that all together we work together to say, okay, guys, this is the idea what we have. This is those who are interested are able to venture into that, and they are also able to make income, they are able to make profit, and we are able to sustain ourselves. Okay, we also teach our fellow young people, because as I told you from the end of where we come from, there are young people who don't have the knowledge that we have acquired now. So we also teach them the same entrepreneurship aspect. How do they start up a business? How do they take, for instance, maybe farming as a business? Those are entrepreneurship activities, and so many other. Not only that, within our cooperative, we are working with a venture called Pinko General Dealers, which is within the organization, where we are making peanut butter.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so that itself is telling young people to say, okay, look, we are doing something practical. We also teach them about entrepreneurship, and they're able to also go in the field, some of them to sell. Okay, they're able to make income. We are able to teach them marketing, not just whereby they go into various institutions where they learn about entrepreneurship without a tangible product that they can use to make income. Okay, so we are not just just talking about entrepreneurship, but we are doing the
actual practical work
that
generates income of some sort.
Yes, and these are initiatives that are started up by young people.
Okay.
That's what I can say.
So at what stage in my entrepreneurship journey do I come to you? Is it when I've just decided, oh, this is something I need to do? Or is it when I need capital?
Or it's when you've been rejected every year, you've been applying for that teaching position, they haven't been picking you.
Right. Yeah, so at what stage do I come to your cooperative?
Okay, so our cooperative is open to everyone. Yes, we don't have a specific end to say maybe at which particular time. Everybody is welcome to our cooperative. Whatever profession, they are welcome. Okay, so there is every entry level for everybody based on your knowledge and your level of understanding. Because as I've told you, it's a cooperative where we come together to co-create ideas. Okay, so based for you, for instance, if you're coming from, I don't know, the profession that you're coming from, you have got a certain knowledge that can help somebody. Okay, so we'll give you have an entry level according to where you are. And then your knowledge that you have can also help somebody, a young person somewhere there, the people that we teach entrepreneurship. Okay, and as I said, everyone is welcome in our organization where they can position themselves according to the level of their knowledge. Yes. I don't know if you have answered you properly. Yes.
Yeah, so in your
Yes.
opinion, like someone looking for stability when it comes to making money, career and all that. So you're saying that the youth have a better advantage going to entrepreneurship, or is it better for them to focus on, nursing, teaching, where they can get easily employed? Like, in your opinion, do you think entrepreneurship is a really good option for young people, or they should still focus on
Yes.
finding employment in government?
Okay, yeah. So for me, the best opinion I can give is entrepreneurship is the best way to go. Because even when you're employed in such a field, you find that there's a time when you are going to maybe others, which you are able to enterprise in a way that is making profit for you, and you're able to empower others. I think that's what I can say.
I see. Just earlier in the headlines that we're looking at, so we looked at the president's statements that he said Zambian youths should shape Zambia's future. So in your opinion, how, like, what are your thoughts on what he said? And then secondly, how do you think the youth should and can shape Zambia's future?
Well, thank you so much. That's a good question. I should say that like what the president said which is very much important, and to have a leader who takes the need of young people to take the initiative to shape in the future. Such is something that we should always emulate as young people, because we have a leader who is able to speak to the needs of young people. He understands that we own the future. Okay, so it's a good time to start now, because coming from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, where are we going to be? Okay, and I think the president has created an environment that is willing to support young people depending on whatever field you're coming from. They have given a platform where you can start up whatever you want, and that can thrive whatever industry that you have. And it's time, the time is now that we need to start now to make a change, even for the future as it is, because the decisions that we are making now are the ones that are going to shape who we become in the next 20 years, 30 years from now, or even 50 years from now.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you brought up some pretty good points.
No, thank you.
Yeah. No, actually, one thing you mentioned which was really interesting for me in the beginning, where
Yes.
you said it was the women's group that was there and there was nothing for young people.
Yes.
It's something I always advise my brothers as well. I'm like, look, you guys are guys. And the truth is, it seems like most opportunities for men or young men, they end at the age of 35.
Yes.
Once you're no longer youth, there's nothing like men's empowerment. I don't know if I've heard anything like men's empowerment
No,
or anything like that, right? It's just women's empowerment and all that. So it's
Yes.
like, if you don't take these opportunities now, you end up
Yes.
missing out in the future as men.
Of
Unless
course.
maybe we have another person who's like Friday, who's 36, and he's like, you know what, men, I think, I know as we wasted a bit of time when we were younger, but I think we can do something, have our own empowerment program or something, and then
Yeah,
older men can also be benefiting from some of these things. But yeah.
sure.
I feel like that's something I should raise at next year's men's conference.
No, because it's true. I mean, when you look at it, there are very few. If you're not a youth, then there's really nothing much for,
Yeah, true.
for men.
Of course.
So that was something that I found really interesting what you said.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So what are the next steps when it comes to the youth leadership? Where do you see that going?
Well, thank you so much. Such a good question. For us, I think from the beginning of our organization, we have the very big vision, I would say, because we don't just see ourselves here. We are the ones that are shaping the future, as you said, as also has been alluded by the president. So the vision is big. We also want to impact in every young people out there who can have or who doesn't have the opportunity that maybe we have had right now. Okay, so the vision is to make a change not only in Zambia but also Africa. That's now where our target has gone. So we are here to make a change, and we are calling for every young people to jump on our end of our cooperative to co-create ideas that are going to shape the future. That's what I can say. Sure.
Right. Another aspect of your cooperative is that you guys also focus on climate change.
Yes.
So for somebody out there who doesn't know, first of all, what is climate change? Let's start there.
Okay, yeah. So climate change, the simple definition we can give is a change in weather patterns.
Okay.
Yes, that's the basic definition to climate change. Mm-hmm. So now you come to understand to say these patterns to climate change affects the way we live in our communities. Okay, sometimes you find that certain times you find that there is too much rainfall. Sometimes there is drought. There's such kind of, maybe there's floods that have been caused by a number of factors in terms of the way the climate changes. Okay, so in those ends you find that all these things now poses a challenge in the way we live. Mm-hmm. Okay, and now to the end of our organization, when we come to look about climate change, we understand to say, okay, there is such a problem that has been caused. For instance, last time, there was El Nino, where there was a lot of drought. So now you come to understand what was the cause of that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so when you look at the cause now, you come to understand, so, okay, now what is the solution, considering that now at this particular time we are facing such a challenge. Mm-hmm. This is where now we come to find out a solution to say, okay, how do you tackle such a challenge? So on the end of our organization, previously and currently, we are still working on a project called Climate Change Mitigation and Resilience. Okay, that focuses on understanding to say, okay, how do we mitigate the situation that is there, and how do we adapt now to such an environment to say, okay, you are living in such a good house, maybe you face a flood, or you face which kind of whatsoever environment that you could have in. How do you now position yourself to be self-reliant in such a time that you are still facing such a challenge? So previously we have worked to implement programs in climate change. Mm-hmm. Yeah, climate change mitigation and adaptation resiliency, where we have empowered a number of young people, starting in the very rural area that I mentioned in Masaiti district, and currently starting last year July up to this time, we have an ongoing project that focuses on climate change. Mm-hmm. Okay, so when you talk about climate change, for us, we look at the cross-cutting issues. Okay, you come to understand, maybe somebody watching there would ask you to say, now it's a cooperative, why are they focusing on climate change? Okay, you come to, as I've told you, to say there are certain problems that come based on the environment that we are in. Right. So now when we face such a problem as young people, or whatsoever a community that we are in, how do we now tackle such a challenge? Mm-hmm. That's why we find that we are tackling the aspect of entrepreneurship, whereby, for instance, if you are, I'll give an example where somebody who was living in a place where they were doing chicken farming, that is their livelihood, right? Now you find that floods come, then they sweep out all their, maybe whatever they are doing. Mm-hmm. How do they now live in such an environment? So we need to teach them the aspect of adapting, maybe to entrepreneurship, which is the aspect that we do in the sense of our organization.
Okay, so now, but more specifically, so why should young people get involved in climate solutions? I think you may have alluded to it, but just
okay, yeah. So it's very much important for young people to be involved, because we are energetic. That's very much of the advantage that we have. Mm-hmm. And we are able to articulate issues and understand to say, we are at a very big advantage of understanding the situation and coming up with solutions, because we are innovative in understanding, okay, there's such a thing that is happening. What can we do? Because our minds are very young and we are able to come up with solutions that can help somebody next door.
Right.
Yes.
So what are those practical actions that young people can take in order to deal with climate change? Like
Yeah.
a young person watching right now, and they're like, okay, I'm interested in this climate thing. What can I do?
Okay. So climate, as I said, it comes with a number of factors. So one key issue we should understand, like many of the causes that has been caused for some time that we have come to understand, is there's a number of deforestation, which has been caused by the cutting down of trees. Okay. And also other main factors. So young people can be involved in a sense to say, you know, where we are coming from, our fathers, there were trees past then, right? But you come to understand that this time we are the young people now. And it is a time where they can venture maybe into tree planting, okay? Because you understand that trees will take time for them to grow. And we should be, like we're saying, we are the one that is shaping the future. What we do now affect who we become. Because if we continue to take down trees or cut down trees, you find that the trees will finish, will have less rainfall because of the change in weather patterns, you know. So you find that young people, this is the time that they can be involved in terms of tree planting. They can sensitize other people who don't know about why this is being caused, in terms of doing climate change awareness programs, climate leadership, where they need to understand, okay, if such an environment or if such a situation happens, how do we tackle, where young people can be able to think through and come up with solutions that are going to help shape the future. Yes.
And is this possible to make this in sort of business of some sort? And like money. So they're like, okay, if I plant these trees, am I going to make money out of this? Am I going to, you know, is it like where I can start some type of business?
Yes. It's they say to every problem there is a solution, and to every problem there is a business to it. Yeah. So when you start to solve a problem, you find that you have an aspect of maybe enterprising to it. For instance, you find that, okay, there has been cut down of trees. For instance, I'll give the example of Lusaka. How do you now, people in Lusaka maybe can't just plant indigenous trees. So what initiative can we come if maybe you are doing necessary for trees? You can do maybe fruit trees, where somebody can keep a fruit tree at their home. They are able to produce the fruit, and they can be able to sell, where it can be an income that they can be having. Or maybe you can think of, you go get a farm, you cut down the trees that have been there. So instead of you just doing any other things, you can plant up fruit trees that can be helping you to make income as you go on. You can do it up at a small scale, or you can do it at a large scale, and that can help you to make income out of such a solution, such a problem that has been
Killing two birds with
imposed.
one stone. Climate
Yes.
change as well as
Yes.
nutrition,
Yes.
food, everything is covered.
Yes, you find that if you look at, I had a conversation with one of my entrepreneurship mentor who was telling me to say avocado is one of the very much buying fruit in Dubai. Okay, now you find that here in Zambia we have a very good a very good environment where such can grow, but you find that we are not taking advantage of that. So if we understand to say there is the climate change has posed, where there's been cutting down of trees, which has been affecting the environment in terms of rainfall. But in the terms of us now, in terms of tackling climate change, why can't we plant avocado? We are in the next 20 years, in the next coming years, you find that when you plant maybe a 100 or 200, 500 trees, how much avocado are you going to have? And all that is also tackling the aspect of climate change, while you're also making income out of such an initiative. So it's just a mindset of having to think
Outside the box.
yes, outside the box, and see opportunities in every angle.
Right.
Yes.
But I mean, you've given a lot of examples about, you know, planting things and agriculture.
Yes.
But you know, as young people, Volima, what too cool for the farm?
Eh? No, young people, farming is business.
Right.
Farming is business, I'll tell you. farming is business.
Okay.
Yes, so as young people, such is like an internship that we did ourselves. You understand business aspect, maybe if you can't focus into actual farming, right?
Right.
So you can be a middleman. There are people who are farming. You can be the person in between the farmer and the marketeer. So you can find a place where you position yourself to make an income. Okay, so not only farming, but still I can encourage young people to venture into it, because it's also a business, and not everyone maybe can do everything. So yeah, we are positioned to have a very big, because I think agriculture has got a lot of opportunities.
Right.
I'll tell you one of the programs that we did with one of our cooperating partners is where us as a youth organization, MI Youth Cooperative, we are mobilizing the very small scale farmers, and that is in Masaiti, where these people, we are training them on how to take farming as a business. Okay, so on our end of our knowledge that we have now, we are teaching them, okay, how do you come up with a business plan when you are doing farming? You find that farmers, most of the time, they spend much of the time to they cultivate, they put in their inputs, they put in the labor, but they don't understand how much input they have put into farming. Okay, right. So now you find that they make a loss out of it. So on the end of our knowledge, based on my entrepreneurship aspect and my other team members that are there, we are now teaching them how to take farming as a business, to calculate how much are they put into the farm for them to make what? For them to come and make a profit. Because you find at the time they come to sell their produce, maybe if it's for FRI, they will sell maybe 100 bags thinking they have made a lot of money. Instead, they have made a profit because they can't calculate the spendings that they have done in the whole period of farming. Right. So as young people, because we are energetic, we can teach our fathers, our mothers from different communities also such an aspect of how they can understand entrepreneurship better. And then when we offer such a service, we are able to make income.
I see.
Yes.
Okay. All right. In your response, you alluded to maybe somebody selling the output to FRA eventually, but as young people, we like quick money. Fast, bine, fast. So how do you? What are your words? What would you advise young people in terms of wanting a get rich quick scheme?
Well, definitely myself, I think I don't. I believe success takes time. Okay. Yes, and if you go for quick money, you find that maybe you land yourself into problems. One thing that I've come to believe, for me, the advice that I can give young people is to understand the process, to understand, to say not everything comes easily is good. Okay. You find that yes, you can make quick income today, but how can that sustain you for a long time? Because environments change. And if you don't build a system, you find that it will be difficult for you to consider making that quick money. And sometimes you find that you run yourself into problem because of not understanding the nature or maybe the change of environment in terms of the business that you are doing. Right. That's why for us in our organization, practical thing that we have done is to put up a very good management team, have a team that is able to support one another, and we understand to say when you build a system, even if you are not there, but you understand you are part of the program or the project, you'll be even able to make income even if you are not there. You have people that will be able to work for you while you are doing any other ventures. For instance, I can be employed as a nurse, I can be employed as a teacher, as a policeman. If I come into our organization, this is where we buy into the idea, we put in our shares to understand, okay, this project, we can venture into it. We put up a system that is able to make income for us based on those who are interested, and then we are able to continue making money out of that. But if I tell you, you go into quick money, I think that is not sustainable and it can't help you for a long time.
I see. Okay, sure.
Yeah, so I see like your organization is strong on things like mentorship. I think you've been mentioning it somehow that you got mentors. If you can add a bit more on that aspect of the mentorship.
Okay, yeah, so thank you so much. So our organization, as I said, is a youth-led organization, and it is headed by people who are very vast in terms of knowledge. We have got people who are very learned, who are part of the board and the management team. So together as young people, as I said, we come, for instance, we're talking about entrepreneurship. We have got people who understand much about entrepreneurship, where ourselves are practically doing that, and they are able to also mentor ourselves in the terms of entrepreneurship. Talk about skills training, we do the same, because practically you can't do something that you don't know. So we also do such in terms of skills training, where they can learn about project management, they can learn about marketing itself, like we do venture into entrepreneurship, where we are making a product and they are able to sell practically, and they are able to make income out of it. And as I told you, myself, I'm a national youth champion for African Free Continental Trade Area. Being affiliated to that, as well as our organization, we are able to receive mentorship from various people who are very much learned from different across the country, where they learn about trade, they learn about entrepreneurship, and how they can make money. So those are the initiatives that we offer, and it gives them a platform to learn and also to grow while they are part of our organization. And also we venture this to help other young people out there who can't have access maybe to be part of our organization, part of the program that we do within our organization.
So how does someone join?
Yeah, so to join our organization, it's very much simple. You have to do a membership registration, which is an annual subscription fee. So currently our membership fee for 2026 is at 200 kwacha, where they can fill in the physical form or an online form. I'll tell you, previously when we started, that is on 2022, our membership fee was at 75. Yes, so this time we keep evolving because we are growing, and the demands of running the business, day-to-day business is demanding, and we have grown to a point where we need to keep evolving, and that's why we have gone up to 200. Last year we are paying 150 annual membership subscription.
Right. So,
Sure.
so next year we're paying 250.
Probably, or maybe 500, because
So they can find you on Facebook or?
yes, so you can find us on Facebook, which is Higher Youth Cooperative Zambia, both on Facebook, Instagram, as well as LinkedIn.
Okay.
I see. All right. As we conclude, so why don't you just tell us what the long-term vision for Higher Cooperative is, going forward, and then also your final message to our youths out there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so our broader vision for Youth Cooperative is to have a youth that is self-reliant. Yes, that we are able to make change makers, leaders who are able to come up with solutions in any community. And not only in Zambia, but also in Africa.
Right.
Because we are positioned to be change makers of not just Zambia, but the decisions that we make or the young people that we empower are going to shape the narrative of how Africa is perceived, how we change the narrative of our continent, and provide solutions to the challenges that we face.
Okay.
Yeah, to my fellow youths out there, one key message I would love to share with them is the better time to start is now, and never look down on yourself to say, I'm young, I can't do anything.
Right.
Okay, the decisions or the idea that God has put in you can help to transform a community, a nation, and it can empower someone out there. So be involved. If you can volunteer into various organizations, do volunteer. You are going to learn various skills that are going to help you to shape what you want to build in the next coming 2 years or 1 year or 5 years from now.
Right.
Sure.
Some really good advice.
Yeah, sure.
No, it's been nice having you. It's true.
Thank you so much.
So I just have one final quote.
All right.
The quote for the week, and that is, "The youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow." We don't like that, do we? It was said by Nelson Mandela.
Right.
He says leaders of tomorrow. I think guys are saying we're leaders of what? Today.
Of today, yes.
Of today. So maybe we have to respect Mandela, but
Yeah.
times are changing.
You know, that,
Times are changing.
yeah,
Sure.
I respect Nkulu Mandela, but Yeah, but I just still insist that I think that as youths, our time is now. We have to step into the light